Greetings, everyone. This is Payman Lorenzo, your host, your friend, your coach. Today, we're kicking off the January class of the 5-day Profitable Podcast Launch Challenge. Super excited. New year, new, new amazing things popping in. And let's get going. We have quite an international crowd here. Quite a few from based in Indonesia and Vietnam, and a few from the US. I don't know if we have anyone from Canada here. But anyways, we're gonna get going and more. Oh, there's one Canadian, my dear friend Ree, coming in. And yeah, let's get going. What do you mean waiting for live signal? I am live. Okay, perfect. All right. Hey Ree, thank you for joining us. And from beautiful tropical Montreal.
Thank you so much, Lorenzo. Happy to be here. Hello, Hector, and hello, everybody else.
Hello, hello. All right, so we're live. Before I go live, Ree, I need your feedback. How's my hair? Not too messy?
Oh, you always look sharp,
I should
dude.
have
I
black.
love that
That's the
blue.
one. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Love the blue. Looks great.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get going. Okay, okay. Here comes another one. We even have Africa represented. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So let's get going. Welcome, Pastor Isaiah. It's 4 o'clock in the morning for you in Kenya. I appreciate you. I salute you, my friend, for being awake. I don't know if it's good morning or still good evening. Anyways, thank you for having you here with us. Thank you for being here. So we're gonna get going. It's gonna be an exciting week together. So by the end of the 5-day Profitable Podcast Launch Challenge, you will have an actionable A to Z, A to Z blueprint to launch your profitable podcast and or YouTube channel, profitable YouTube channel, so that you can get leads on demand and clients organically, even if you have no audience to start with, in as little as 30 days from launch. How does that sound? Are you guys excited?
Sounds
Oh yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's get going. So whether you already have a YouTube or a podcast, but haven't been able to monetize it, and by monetizing, I don't mean getting peanuts from YouTube. I'm talking high ticket clients, then this is definitely for you. And if you don't have one yet, then it's even more for you. So this is what this is gonna be, because this thing right here changed, transformed, and even saved my life. I'm gonna talk about it in a moment. So I'm gonna share with you guys the exact same approach. First of all, are you guys seeing my screen as I flip through slides? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So I'm going to be sharing with you guys the exact same approach that got me 6 clients in the first weekend, and then 60 clients in the next 10 months. All of that to the YouTube channel of less than 200 subscribers. I'm going to explain to you guys how is that possible. And then now with over 200 high-ticket clients in 18 months, but my channel is still very small. As of yesterday, it was at 1,534 subscribers. And as you will see this week, it is definitely not about the numbers, but about the connections. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Thank you, Reed. That's amazing. Appreciate that. So here's the menu for today and every day of the week. First of all, we're going to start with a quick meet and greet. Everybody's going to get 30 seconds to introduce themselves. Then my style podcasting transformed and both my life and my business, even in some ways, saved my life. And then why is podcasting so powerful for both you personally and your business? And then we're going to talk about what do you want to achieve to your profitable podcast. That's going to be the menu for today. Tomorrow, and one thing I want to really emphasize that every day builds upon the previous days, like building a castle or house. Tomorrow we're going to take the brainstorming from today and build upon that. Tomorrow, I'm going to cover why YouTube and why and playing the YouTube game the profitable and winning way. And I'm going to be sharing with you guys. We're going to talk about and brainstorm about what is going to be your profitable podcast about, and it's going to be based and built around one thing and one thing only: your zone of genius. We all have that. And then from the zone of genius, everything else will flow naturally. And the first thing will be what is going to be your ideal listeners and all that. And then day three, we're going to take the findings from day one, day two, and then we're going to be crafting literally your irresistible offer live together. built around your zone of genius. What is it? What is zone of genius? What is your avatar? What is a pain point you can solve and for who? And then I'm going to introduce you to something that's going to literally take your business to the next level, and that is having a QMER, meaning a quantifiable, measurable end result. This is absolutely non-negotiable. If your business doesn't have that, you don't have a business. As simple as that. And we're going to introduce that and make sure that you have that in your offer moving forward. And day four, we're going to be taking a look at all things tech related. For example, what kind of microphone, accessories, software, format for your podcast, naming your podcast the right way. We're going to be literally creating your YouTube channel if you don't have one, showing you how to create your podcast cover art, thumbnails, and all that, and also showing you how to do recording and editing your shows and all that. And then finally, we'll give you the blueprint to launching your profitable podcast in 3 easy steps. So that's for day four. And day five, put it all together to show you how to monetize your profitable podcast and YouTube channel the right way. That is getting leads on demand and clients organically. Once you see what I'm going to be talking about, you will understand how powerful that is. And then I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to turn your profitable podcast into an unstoppable machine and a fabulous leveraging platform for much, much, much bigger things. I'm going to explain all of that in a moment. So that's the menu for this week. How does that sound so far? Any questions so far?
Fantastic.
All right, cool. Anyone else?
Awesome. Could you, Lorenzo, can you tell us, will we be getting copies of the Power Notes?
Yes,
PowerPoints?
absolutely. They're all going to be shared inside the WhatsApp group. So please make sure you send me your WhatsApp because everything's going to be on the WhatsApp group. I prefer WhatsApp, which is much more friendlier than Messenger. So if you're not on my WhatsApp, please send me your WhatsApp and I'll add you to the group. I'll be sharing all the links for everyday's calls, the replays, the slides, and any resources as well as for us to communicate and for you guys to share your daily action steps each day and answer your question inside the WhatsApp group. So awesome. Now, before we start, I want everyone to 30 seconds to introduce themselves. What do you do? Why are you here? And what do you want to achieve to this week? Well, starting from left to right, and the first one, guess who's first? Read.
Hello, everyone. I wasn't expecting to go first, but yay, Lorenzo, I'm gonna go. Happy to be here, buddy. Very happy for you. So I am looking to really learn how to leverage all of my podcasts. I've done over 300 podcast interview.
Mhm.
And I've not been really good at, generating recycle, which is something for my goal for 2026. So I'm super excited to learn what we're going to have here. And knowing you, you're going to deliver some really good material. So I'm very excited. And what I want to be able to, I think I kind of answer it. Beautiful connection with amazing people here. Looking forward. There's worldwide, which is yay international, what I've been seeking for 2026 and just bathe in your greatness and everybody else as well. So thank you,
Thank you,
Lorenzo.
thank you. Make me blush. Thank you. I'm humbled. Thank you. You're the best. And next person on my screen, Ryan.
Hey, thanks for having us today. My name's
Welcome.
Ryan. I'm from Canada, living in Southeast Asia for the past couple decades. I have been dabbling or working in AI, no code, low code, simply as a hobby to help my brother out with his businesses back in Canada for the past 2 years. So I'm kind of looking to expand it a little bit. I wasn't really interested in building a business, but recently there's been a lot of requests and interest, so I figured why not.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for being here, Ryan. Next, Hector.
Hey, everybody. My name is Hector Del Valle, and I have never done a podcast, but I'm definitely eager to start a podcast. Just finishing up updating my website. I'm a speaker, author, course creator. Mostly I specialize in helping people with disabilities to find their purpose, just to find their way through and transition from they're not their body to so much more, that they're just so much more.
Love
And
that.
so I think she might be a little nervous, but I just want to say that I invited Ginny here It's from St. Augustine here, simply because I hope to collaborate with her and hope that she will be somewhat of a business partner with me. So she wanted to learn about all this.
Thank you for inviting. I saw that you invited a few people, so thank you for that. And yeah, well, pleasure having you here, my friend. Can't wait to be helping you, bringing your gifts to your world. Thank you. Next, let's see. Virginia.
Yes. My name is Ginny or Virginia, so I go by Ginny. And yes, I'm here with Hector. So I don't have much more to say than I will probably be helping him out.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Awesome, awesome. Next, let's see. Carrie. Please unmute yourself. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I had a little trouble unmuting myself.
No worries.
I am also like Hector. I have never done a podcast. He invited me to this, however, and I'm looking forward to learning more about podcasting and how to make money from it.
Awesome, awesome. You're definitely in the right place, my friend. Definitely. Thank you. Regis.
Hello, um, I'm Regis. I'm in AI industry. I basically like creating AI for companies. I never done a podcast, to be honest. I don't even know if I will do a podcast, but I think really interesting all the aspect about the zone of genius and everything around. And after that, maybe I'm thinking to doing a podcast to share my competencies and stuff like that. And so it seems really, really interesting. So that's why I'm here,
Well,
basically.
thank you for being here, and I hope that this can plant some seed in your mind to see how podcasting can help you and your business to the next level. Thank
I
you.
hope to. Thank you.
Yes, 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 yes. Next, let me see. Oh, Loney.
Hey everybody, I am from Washington, D.C., but I live in Southeast Asia. In the industry that I'm in, I am a faith-based life coach, do a lot of serving and ministry work with women, helping them to heal and fix patterns that they've been living in for a long time. And I've done a few podcasts, been on a lot of interviews. So now I'm really looking to getting more clients and really share more of my journey of how I left America to Southeast Asia and what it's done for my mental health and breaking generational curses. So I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. We really love having you with us. It was a pleasure meeting you on Sunday for my talk. So can't wait to see you bringing your gifts to your world. Awesome, awesome. Let's see who's next. Angel. Angel, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know if anyone can see me. Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Can you see me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, great. So, my name's Angel. I'm originally from South Africa, but I've been living in Southeast Asia for about 8 years. And currently, well, for the past 6 years, I've been an English teacher here in Asia. And why I'm here today is to just learn about podcasting and to see how I could perhaps transition from sort of being stuck in a fixed position, and then able to share any knowledge to whoever it could make an impact with impact on. Yeah, so I'm just here to learn and see what it's about.
Well, I'm really delighted to have you because I know you. I've met you a few times and I love what you're doing. You have a beautiful heart, and I would be delighted to help you bring your gift to the world and help you realize your dreams. So thank you for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much.
Very
It's
welcome.
great to be here.
You're welcome. Irene.
Hey, yeah, my name is Irene. I'm from Russia, but now I live in Southeast Asia. So, why I came here today? So, first of all, I'm really curious, and also I attended your talk on Sunday, and I just really like the idea of how you can implement your zone of interest into this creative space and how you can monetize it. So I'm kind of in this transitional period of finding myself, like what to do next in a career, and I'm really eager to find like creative ways of expressing myself and at the same time making money from it.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for being here. And I can't wait to help you as well, bring your gifts to your world. Thank you for being here. Awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Pastor Isaiah. Good morning, Pastor. Are you there?
There might be a little delay. It's been my experience.
No worries, no worries. Are you there, Pastor?
Yes.
All right. So please introduce yourself and in 30 seconds, why are you here and what do you want to get from this?
Yes. I'm Pastor Isaiah from Kenya. I'm pastor of one of the churches, like Christ Ministry, and I'm here to learn more so that I can broadcast through on the screens, and it is been a challenge for me to streamline my church, so I can see what I'm doing in my church. So I'm happy for 5 days and more, and from where I am to another level. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for waking up so early. It's what, 4 o'clock in the morning for you? And it'd be my honor to help you bring your gifts to your ministry and to your world. Thank you. All right. Let me see if I missed anyone. All right, we're good to go. Okay, so sorry about that. Been coughing here a bit, but all right, let's get going. So about my story now, podcasting completely transformed and saved my life, and literally, I mean it. So before I start, I'd like to emphasize something very important. I'm usually invited to speak at conferences and events, and I always start the same way. Everything I have in life, I owe it to God, my family, my podcast, in that order. And that's something very important because without those three, I wouldn't be here. 5, 6 years ago, I was in a very, very dark spot. I was living in Hong Kong and China, trying to build a business. Didn't work out. I literally ran out of money, and that completely destroyed my self-esteem. I was living, I was living on $20 a week in Hong Kong, probably the most expensive city in the world. But if you had met me in Hong Kong in 2019, I was the guy with a three-piece suit, but no money in my pocket. Yet, ironically, it was some of the happiest moments of my life. Now, how is that possible? And again, and that's something that I had to go through that. And it really destroyed, no matter what I was trying, it didn't work out for me. And I was not a newbie in business. I had built and sold a business before. I was teaching, my background is e-commerce. I was doing Amazon FBA, built and sold a brand on Amazon back in 2017, 18. But for some reason, no matter what I did, just like in this cute cartoon, it was me. Almost like if as if there was a black cloud over my head and raining just on me. I was teaching students and people in conferences and places about e-commerce and Amazon. They were getting results, but no matter what I did, it wasn't working for me, and that really destroyed my self-esteem, my confidence, and that's why I run out of money and my credit card got canceled, credit destroyed. I literally had to ask my sister to book me a ticket so I can return back to Canada. I'll never forget that day, Tuesday, the 27th of 2020, right outside of the pandemic, landing in Toronto with only $200 to my name. It wasn't a good place to be, but I never gave up. I knew I could get out, but I had no idea how. And ironically, what saved me had nothing to do with business. It had with me going through my spiritual awakening and especially understanding two key principles about life. The first one was understanding the tremendous power of questions. When something bad or heartbreaking happens to us, we all by default ask the same question: why me? What have I done to deserve this? And complain, why? And that's not the right thing to do. What I learned is that no matter what we go through, especially and even more so in those heartbreaking moments, is to ask these two questions: what is this trying to teach me? And what is the lesson for me to learn to that? That was the first piece of the puzzle. The second piece of the puzzle was for me to understand and realize that I needed to reconnect with myself. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is to listen to that voice in my head, my gut feelings, my intuitions, because that's our soul talking to you. And our soul has two main purposes: one, to protect you, keep you safe and alive, and two, to guide the next phase of your journey. If I were to look at my life over the last 5 to 6 years, the 3 to 4 decisions that completely changed my life have all come as a result of me asking better questions and listening to my gut feeling. For example, late July, early August 2020, having lunch in a beautiful afternoon on Saturday with family, an idea popped into my head: start a podcast. What do you mean start a podcast? And that kept on coming. See, when you get an idea once, that's your mind talking to you. But if the same idea comes over and over and over again, then that's your soul talking to you. And our soul, as I said, has two main purposes: one, to protect you, keep you safe and alive, and two, guide you to the next phase of your journey. So finally, it took me 2.5 months before I actually pulled the trigger and launched my podcast in October of 2020. Unbeknownst to me, that was a turning point. However, at the time, I was in a very dark spot, depressed, lost, even suicidal. There was a lot of days I didn't want to get out of bed, crying myself to sleep, and I was just sick and tired of it. I didn't want to keep going. We live in the countryside just outside of Toronto, Canada. There's a big highway outside our house, and on the other side there's a train track. A lot of days I would just sit there and wonder what would be the easiest, fastest, least painful way for me to literally check out. Can any one of you guys relate with that? That no matter what you do, it's not working, especially not working for you. And that's the worst. Raise your hand if you can relate with that. If you can see yourself with that little cute donkey with a cloud raining just on him, on her, while the rest, everybody else is just beautiful. So that was me. And what saved me, literally, and I'm getting goosebumps right now as I'm saying this, was me getting on calls on my podcast initially for the first year, from early morning to late at night, talking with incredible men and women from around the world who had overcame a billion times more painful things than me. For example, people that lost it all and went to jail, people that survived terminal diseases, stage 4 cancer, people that survived life altering accidents, becoming paraplegic. All of these wonderful souls telling me, without exception, hey, just because you're going through some temporary, keyword being temporary, financial challenges, that's not a reason for you to give up. You're young, you're not stupid, you can get back on your feet. And honest to God, I owe my life to these men and women. That's what kept me going. However, for the first year, I had no idea how to make money. I made a grand total of $0 in the first year. However, as soon as I reached 100 episodes, which took me exactly a year, that's when things started to change. People started asking me, hey, can you help me launch my podcast? At first, I was hesitant. Hey, go watch this video on YouTube. And I said, no, show me how you did it. What do you want me to show you? I just said, well, show me how you did it. And then I started asking them one question that led to two questions, opened everything. That question was, do you have your podcast? About 97% would say no. When I ask them why, three main reasons: I don't know where to start. I'm not a techie. I don't know how to get the right people and how to grow it. And then the next question I asked them, which was, would you be interested if I were to show you how to not only launch your podcast, but also build your platform so you can share your story, display your expertise, and connect heart to heart with the exact audience, even if you have no audience to start with? I get a resounding yes. That's when I get 6 clients in my first weekend and 60 clients in 10 months, and the rest is history. Now, long story short, My podcast has blessed my life beyond what words can describe. I've been blessed to have built a successful and impactful and profitable podcast over the last 5 years. I've released over 415 episodes on my YouTube channel. I have a thriving international academy, the Profitable Podcast Academy. In the process, I realized one of my dreams, which was to become not just an author, but become a four-time number one international best-selling author. And another one of my big dreams was to do a public speaking, and I got the big one, a TED Talk right here in Vietnam in 2024, as well as in the process building wonderful, wonderful friendships around the world and all of that good stuff, and being blessed to be in the best shape financially I've ever been. However, I'm tremendously grateful for all of these. But the greatest gift my podcast blessed me with was that of killing my shyness, because I used to be the undisputed, undefeated world universe champion of the shyest person in the world. People that know me from before, when they see me now talking with confidence online, doing lives on stages around the world and conferences around the world, all that, they ask me, "What happened to you? Did you make a pact with the devil?" I say, "No, never did, never will. I just find my voice, my purpose, my ikigai, my raison d'être. And once you find that, then you become the person you're meant to be." So that's my story. How podcasting, sorry, completely changed, transformed, and saved my life. I'll also share with you guys a link to my TED Talk and the slides. You can watch it later on when you have time. It's short. And then, so that's my story. Now, let's talk about podcasting. Why is podcasting so powerful for business? First of all, why is podcasting so powerful? I'd like to hear at least one or two people, because I need to take a break too. Who wants to go first?
So podcasting is so powerful because it shares your story and it builds trust.
Who's talking? Sorry, I didn't see it. Who's talking? Who was that?
Lonnie, that was
Oh,
me,
yes.
Lonnie.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You're absolutely right, my friend. Absolutely right. What else? Who wants to add to that?
Well, podcasts have a massive reach, so as far as audience goes,
Yes.
far larger than any other possibility at the moment.
Yes. Podcasting has single-handedly replaced radios. Who still listens to radio here?
Well, I do.
From time to time, I do as well, especially for some sports shows and stuff like that. But even I don't listen live. I listen to the recorded podcast. Especially being in Asia and my shows being in Europe or in North America, time-wise doesn't really work. But yeah, so yeah, absolutely. Now, take a look at this graph, guys. Whoops, what happened?
There you go.
There you go. See, this year, about $50 billion a year are going to be spent, or rather invested, through podcasting. What does that mean? That means that collaborations, joint ventures, partnerships are happening as a result of a conversation. Why do you think that is, guys?
Storytelling is powerful. Powerful to get to know relationships and build relationships.
Absolutely. Anyone else wants to add to that? It's because business, and I'm going to expand on it in a moment, it's all about trust, especially when you're dealing with high ticket. If you're looking to buy this mug for $10 on Amazon, it's a no-brainer. You like it, you buy it. But if you're looking to invest a few $1,000s, then you definitely need to get to know the person, build trust, build rapport. And that's why. And by the way, guys, this graph is only for the US. If you add the world, you can easily 5x this figure. So by 2029, which is not far from now, it's going to almost triple. Yeah, almost triple. So now, this is why podcasting is so booming. There's never been a better time than now to get into podcasting, and even more so to have a profitable podcast, because that's a keyword. Now, let me share with you some powerful reasons why podcasting is so powerful for business. It's because it's your own platform. It allows you to share your story, allowing your audience to get to know you. And in the process of you sharing your story, guess what? You're displaying your expertise and giving your audience a beautiful opportunity to get to know you. and in the process, building an unmatched, intimate connection with your audience while building trust, rapport, and a lasting connection with the audience that no other platform or method would even come close to. Does that make sense, guys?
Absolutely.
Awesome, cool. Now, let me go over the incredible benefits of podcasting for both you personally and your business based from my own personal experience. First of all, as I mentioned, it's your platform. It's going to allow you to share your story and document your journey. People want to see that. People want to see the progress, the journey. And the process of sharing your story and documenting your journey, you're going to be making and building beautiful friendships around the world. Now, me being a nomad, whenever I go to a new place, I make a post on my Facebook group on Facebook and I say, hey, who's in this place? And I just meet people that I met on my podcast around the world. And that's one of the best things to do. Here's a very, very powerful benefit of podcasting. It allows you to get access to people you normally wouldn't. Let's say you just saw someone inspiring on TV, on YouTube, in a magazine, you read something about them, and you would love to pick up their brains. What would happen if you were to send them a cold DM, a cold message? Do you think they would get back to you?
No.
Absolutely. You wouldn't even get a reply. They wouldn't even read it. However, if you were to approach them this way, hey, Mr. Such and so, Miss Such and so, I just read something about you, or I just saw something about you that really inspired me. I love what you're doing, and I would love for you to come talk more about that and share your story on my podcast. Now, what do you think would be the answer to that?
Would love to.
Sorry?
Would love to. They would probably say
Exactly.
they would probably.
So, guys, in 5 years, I had only 2 people say no to me using this approach. The first one was a lady about to give birth, so we had to reschedule it. And the second one was a man about to be transferred for work from the US to Germany. And of course, we had to reschedule it. No one has told me no, no one has ignored me. That's the power of podcasting because no matter how small your channel is, your platform is, everybody wants to be on a podcast. Why? Because when you bring someone on a podcast, you're doing them a favor. Another beautiful benefit of podcasting is, especially for you, you get to learn about yourself. I can't tell you how many times before releasing an episode, I listen to it again and I catch myself, wait a second, did I really say that? Where's that coming from? And learning about yourself and learning about things that I didn't even know existed. Recently, I had a guest on my podcast. She's a vet for senior dogs. I had no idea that was even a thing. How amazing is that? So that's an amazing, amazing thing about podcasting. The big one in the middle, at least for me and for most people, is it's going to allow you to overcome your shyness and fear of public speaking. Raise your hand if you have either if you're shy or you're scared to death of public speaking. Raise your hand. Well, I was the undisputed, undefeated, unchallenged world champion, universe champion, not long ago. And look at me now. All because of this, the podcast. And of course, with you talking with incredible people from around the world consistently is going to drastically improve your communication and listening skills. One of my biggest pet peeves when I listen to a podcast is when I hear or see the host always interrupting the guest. That's something that no respecting successful podcaster should do. The podcast is not about the host, it's about the guest. And of course, by having your own podcast is going to allow you to get there. And of course, in the process, because you're inviting incredible, inspiring people on your show, it's going to make you a much more interesting person to talk to because you're drawing from all these incredible people's stories, wisdoms, and gifts. And it's going to allow you to connect at a much deeper level, not just in your business, but also in your personal life to people you talk to. And if you put all of that, it's going to make you become a much more powerful and charismatic speaker and leader. And of course, last but not least, podcasting is very fun. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't be doing it. And the process, put all of that together, you will find your voice, your purpose, your passion, and all that. So when you look at this list, do you see how powerful podcasting is for you personally?
Yes.
Yes.
If you look at this list, which one would you say is the number one most important benefit for you as a person? One word. I'll just say,
Access.
sorry?
Fun.
Access. Access
Yes,
to get.
absolutely. Who else wants to share theirs?
Sorry, fun.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, not just girls want to have fun, guys want to have fun too. We all want to have fun. Anyone
Make
else
you
wants
a
to share theirs?
much more
Answer?
interesting person to talk to.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? There is
But
incredible amount of incredible people out there. Sorry, did
mine
someone?
would be to find my voice, my passion, and my purpose because I don't
Absolutely.
know. Yeah.
Absolutely. Love that. Love it. Now let's move on. Let's take a look at the benefits of podcasting for your business because we're all here to make money, right? First and foremost, going to allow you to attract and connect with your exact ideal audience, prospect, listeners, and clients. By you sharing your story, you're going to be able to connect and get given your audience an incredible opportunity to get to know you, while in the process building a very intimate and deep and lasting connection with your audience. Here's a big one. Your best clients will be your podcast listeners. Let me repeat that. Your best clients will be your podcast listeners. I'll expand on that in a moment. And of course, your podcast is going to be not only an amazing lead generation, but most importantly, an education machine, because our number one task as a coach, as a guide, as a mentor, as an activator, as a big brother, big sister, is to educate our audience as to what is the problem, why the problem is in the first place, what's going to happen if they don't take any drastic action to solve that. Once we've educated our audience, guess what? We will become in their mind the go-to person. And of course, you can leverage your podcast for endless content, reels, highlights, blog posts, and so on and so forth. Here's another powerful one. By you having your own podcast and sharing your story, displaying your expertise, talking to incredible guests, is going to elevate you and position you not just as an expert, not just as an authority leader, but as their expert, their authority, their leader. Because again, they've been listening to you. They like you. They can relate with your story, your personality, and because you're the one to really educate them, guess what? You become the go-to person in their mind. Do you guys see how that works?
Yes.
And of course,
Absolutely.
yes, thank you. And of course, your podcast is going to be a fantastic platform for networking. Podcasting has become the new golf. This is what I meant when I shared with you guys just a few slides ago that staggering figure about podcasting. This year alone, over $50 billion are going to be exchanging hands as a result of two people or more having a conversation on a podcast. And of course, as I mentioned, it's going to be a phenomenal launching pad for much bigger things. For example, for me, allowed me to launch an impactful and profitable podcast and build it, launch and build and grow a thriving international academy, become a multiple times number one international best-selling author, public speaker, TED Talk, and so on and so forth. That's what I mean. That's what your podcast can do, is an incredible launching pad. Last but definitely not least, it's going to reduce drastically the sales cycle of whatever you're selling. Why? Because when someone listens to you for a while, after a while, they view you as a friend, they view you as they know you. Trust is going to be established by default and they will reach out to you. This is why a profitable podcast can really help you take your business to the next level. Now, if you look at all of these beautiful benefits for podcasting, of podcasting for your business, which one is the most important for you in your business? Who wants to share their answer? And please mute yourself if you're not talking. Who wants to share the answer?
I think it would help to be connected with the right kind of clients.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Who else wants to add?
I can add, Lorenzo, it actually gets your audience to know you better, trust
Mhm.
and like you, because people buy from the people they like and trust.
Absolutely. Bingo. Anyone else wants to
Yeah,
share?
this is all social trust. You're building social trust with people, and when they can see
Absolutely.
your face and hear your voice, and like you said, you build a bit of a connection, personal connection with them, even though it's just online. But yeah, social trust is paramount these days.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Let's move on. What do you guys think is the most valuable currency in the world of business? It's not money. It's not time. Start with an A.
Attention.
Yes, you saw it. Right. Absolutely. It's attention. Why is that?
People got to know you.
Yes, absolutely. Also, because today, unfortunately, the attention span of the average person is less than a goldfish, which is 3 seconds for all those swipe, swipe, swipe. Now, what can make your audience, the right people, get to stop and listen to you, not just for 10 seconds on a reel, but for 30, 45, 60 minutes? That's a podcast. See? Because you need to catch your attention so you can get your foot in the door to open the door for a deep, meaningful conversation. And that's where everything is going to flow from that. Now, why is podcasting the best way to connect with the exact ideal audience, prospect, and clients? Anyone wants to take a crack at that? Once,
Maybe because it gives other people a chance to share of themselves, and often people like to do that.
absolutely. Thank you. Let's move on. Let me show you. Because when someone listens to your podcast, it's for three main reasons. First of all, sure, they're interested in your topic. But most importantly is because they can relate with you, resonate with your message. They can identify with you, your message, your story, your path, and they can see themselves as you. And also, most importantly, is because when someone listens to you, to your podcast, they will start to get to know you, like you, your personality, sense of humor, your vision, your values, and so on and so forth. How many of you guys already listen to podcasts here? Raise your hand. Anyone listens to podcast?
Not a
I
lot.
used to.
And your favorite podcast? Do you view the host as a friend, even though you may have never met them and never will met them?
I would have
Yeah.
to yes for me, yes. With Ree, I mean, that's the way I met Ree was through her podcast.
There you go.
You know,
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
and
it's a beautiful connection.
yeah, and I've been following her ever since. I love her topic. I've
Yeah,
worked with
right
her,
back at you.
so
There you go. Thank you. Exactly. That's what I mean. Do you guys know this guy, Russell Brunson?
looks
One of the
familiar.
brightest business mind out there, a co-founder of ClickFunnels, a multi-billion dollar company.
Yes, he's amazing.
Yes, here's a powerful quote. Music and radio listeners make on average $60,000 a year, while podcast listeners make double. Why that is, guys?
Reaches a lot more people with a lot less cost and quicker amount of time. Where on the radio, you might be on the radio for an hour, hour and a half. On a podcast, you just might be on the podcast for about 30 minutes. It doesn't cost you as much as it would be to rent out a radio station and so forth.
Absolutely. That's a good reason. The reason for that is because, don't get me wrong, I love music. I cannot live without music. But when someone listens to a podcast, especially a business podcast, the people that listen to podcasts, they're much more driven. They're much more. They're more successful. They have clarity, and because of that, they have they understand the value of self-investing. What is listening to a podcast? Is to learn something new, to educate yourself, to expand your horizon, to blow your mind, to see what's done out there. And the people are more likely to listen to that while they're driving, commuting, working out, cooking, doing the dishes, even taking a shower. It's because these guys and girls, they want to level up. And because of that, they will be more successful. They have more, disposable income, and they will be much more willing and able to invest in self-improvement. That's why what it means. The people that listen more to podcasts, they're much more likely to be more successful. And again, this is not dissing music. I love music. I cannot live without music. But a podcast is literally your own picking the brain of actual experts on key areas that you select. This is what he meant. As I mentioned earlier, here's something very, very, very important and powerful. Your podcast listeners will be your best clients because they will have this connection, this trust, they will like and relate with you, and so on and so forth. That's why. Here's a stat that each time, even myself, when I look at it, it blows my mind. 100% of my clients come from my tiny podcast. Zero social media, zero spent on ads so far. 5 years. Again, let me repeat that. 100% of my clients come from my tiny weeny podcast. See? Because your best clients will be your podcast listeners. Do you guys understand, see how that works? How that makes sense? Because again, when someone decides willingly to spend 30, 40, 60 minutes of their precious time with you over and over again, it opens the door to magic. Does that make sense, guys? All right,
Yes.
now let's talk about you. How many of you, raise your hand, who already have their own podcast or YouTube channel? Raise your hand. Okay, Loni, right? Sorry. Let me see who else. No one else? Okay. Now the question I have for you guys, is it profitable? Are you making at least $1,000 a month from it? So Loni, nope, not yet. Ree,
No, not yet.
not yet.
Come
Okay.
in. Come in.
Exactly. Why not? The question is, why not do you not have your own podcast yet or YouTube channel?
I would say for me, it's insecurities. I don't feel like I'm ready. I feel like I have to, know more, do more.
Can I tell you something right now, Hector?
Sure.
You know, I used to be very self-conscious because of a big nose, no hair. I used to be fat. I used to have zero self-confidence. Said, who's gonna listen to this clown? To me, referring to myself. There's a cheesy line that says he or she has a face for TV, face for radio, and a voice for TV. Well, guess what? You, my friend, you have it in the right way. You have a face for TV and a voice for radio, all together in the right order. So don't stop. Don't let that stop you. And I can't wait to get to know you to help you identify your true gifts, your true zone of genius, and bring your gifts not to the world because my message is not meant to the world, but it's meant to your world. And I'm going to expand on that throughout the week. So don't let that stop you. Hopefully, by the end of the week, you will be going and having your own profitable podcast. All right. So don't let that stop you guys.
No, that's exactly why I'm here, Lorenzo, because just from seeing your interview with Ray, put that thing in. I said, I got to do this now because I'm tired of procrastinating. I'm tired of believing the lies. So I just have to, step out and do this, go forward. So
Music to my ear. That's your proverbial, knock on the shoulder by the universe, And I'm glad that you're answering that call. Yes. Awesome. Now, so no one here yet has a podcast that's profitable. Okay, so I'm not going to ask you guys. So I will tell you this. For me, for the first year, it took me, I made a grand total of $0. And I'm going to talk about YouTube and monetizing YouTube the right way more tomorrow. But if you do it the traditional way, it's going to take a long, long, long time. It's going to be very slow, very boring, very long process, but I'm going to share with you the shortcut, the profitable magnetic way. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So, do you currently have an offer of at least $1,000 or more in your business? Raise your hand if you do. All right, Lonnie, yes. Yes. Anyone else? Irene, Carrie, Virginia. Do you guys have an offer of $1,000 or more currently in your business? Okay, let's go one by one. Virginia, do you have an offer right now of $1,000 or more in your business?
No, I
Okay,
don't.
we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that. Okay. Let's see what else. Hector.
No.
Okay. Irene.
No.
Okay. Carrie.
I had a web design company.
Okay.
I was designing websites, and I started out doing pro bono work just to attempt to get business, but I found out that it's really difficult to convert pro bono to paying clients.
Absolutely.
So I need to find a way to monetize. I couldn't even monetize my web design company. So I don't know how to monetize my efforts.
We'll change that. You're in the right place. Ryan.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
Yeah, I haven't got anything at the moment. I mean, I'm already making money with my AI company, but I haven't done anything as far as promoting or making classes or anything through YouTube or a podcast. No.
You're in the right place. Manisha.
Sorry, it took me a while to get off mute. I'm just about to get in the shower, but I do not have a podcast, so this is not a issue I've yet encountered.
So do you have currently an offer of at least $1,000 or more in your business? Do you have a business?
No, I'm a lawyer, so yeah.
No worries. We're gonna change that. You're in the right place. Regis.
Yes, I've 1,000 tickets, but like it's more like an audit. And like I'm starting to make money, but like I only had like a few clients now. I want to get more.
Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Angel.
Sorry, just unmuting. No, I don't, and
No
have
worries.
not.
You all guys in the right place. So that's why we're gonna do this entire week. Are you guys excited?
Yes.
All right. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Here is a quick screenshot from my channel that was about yesterday or 2 days ago. So as you can see, tiny audience, big results. I need to update that. There's more over 200 high-ticket clients by now. So again, this is what I mean. I'm gonna cover YouTube more in detail tomorrow. But yeah, guys, it's not about the numbers. It's absolutely not about the numbers. It's about the connection, the trust. Because again, I'm gonna explain that to you. What is business? Business is not a numbers game. Sure, numbers matter, but ultimately it's a relationship nurturing process. We do business with people we like, really, and trust. Even more so, when you're selling anything that is over $1,000, pounds, or euros, it's about one thing and one thing only: trust. Now, how do you build that trust? You build that trust by building rapport. How do you build that rapport? By having heart-to-heart conversations, meaningful conversation, long conversations, being authentic, speaking from the heart. And what's the best way to do so? This, a podcast. Do you see how everything comes back to this, the podcast? Because again, anytime you're selling anything over $1,000, it's about one thing and one thing only: trust. See? Now, let's talk about you now. What do you want to achieve through your profitable podcast? I'm going to ask you a series of questions. These questions are more for you. It's going to be part of your for day one daily action steps, assignment, so to speak, because listen, this is not entertainment. You will have homework. I want you guys to get some your creative juices, your brains working in the right direction. This is for you. First question is, why do you want to launch your profitable podcast now and not 6 months down the road or 6 years ago? Where are you now in your business? What do you want to achieve in your business, and what's holding you back from achieving that? I would love to have at least one or two people share their answer right here with us. We're all friends here, so it's okay. Share your answers.
Well, if you wait any longer, you'll never get it started. So you'll keep telling yourself some story, and eventually you'll never come around to getting it started.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love that. Love that. And who else wants to add to that?
I feel the most confident right now. This is the most confident I've ever felt to do this and to believe that I can do this.
And what makes you more confident now than before?
I would have to say it's faith.
Faith.
It's my faith.
I love that.
For me, this is a spiritual journey. I've been called to do this. I was never really paying attention to that calling. And this past year, 2 years, I've been paying the most attention to it. And so it's asking me to grow. And it's not just about, hiding behind a desk or writing or whatever. I just need to get my face out there more. I was once out there a lot of times, with celebrities and everything. But I thought that was just a fluke when I was a kid, and I had a story to talk about my accent and stuff like that. And, people put it in my head, goes, do you think there's going to be a time where you're just going to get too old for your audience? And I ended up believing them. I thought, well, I'm not 17, I'm not 18, I'm not 20 no more. So I thought that maybe it was time to move on to other things.
Absolutely. And you spoke something that really spoke to me about accent. English is my third language. I was 14, my family moved from France. So for the first few years, I was speaking like, "Where is the bathroom?" Like a typical Frenchie. Nobody could understand me. So I had to change that. It was a journey. It was a long journey, but hey, don't let that stop you. If you have an accent currently, guess what? Embrace it, because that's going to be part of your personality, your charm. That's what's going to allow you to set yourself apart, to differentiate yourself. And one of the biggest lessons of business I learned is, in real estate, there's a cheesy line: location, location, location. In business, after living around the world, doing business around the world for the last 20 years, I learned something I call the rule of the 3Ds: differentiation, differentiation, differentiation. How can you set yourself apart? What's going to make you different from all the other people doing something similar than you? And you having an accent, guess what? That's going to be a beautiful asset, because guess what? Other people who may have accents will identify with you, resonate with you. Because as I said earlier, and I'm going to expand on that for the rest of the week, as much as we all would love it, my message, your message is not meant for the world, but is meant for your world. Hector, your message is meant for your actors. Virginia, for your Virginias. Angel, for your angels, and so on and so forth. And that's what we're going to be doing this week. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So embrace your so-called shortcomings, weaknesses, whatever, because guess what? These are your assets in a way. This is what's going to allow you to separate yourself, differentiate yourself. All right? So, guys, take a look at these 4 questions, and I sincerely ask you and hope you guys to take a moment for the next 24 hours to really answer those questions for yourself. Take a piece of paper. Even I would recommend get a notepad for this week, and each week write your answers for you, not for me, not for someone, but for you, because this is a part of a journey that's going to really allow you to identify your purpose, your zone of genius, to really have an honest look at where you are, what do you want to achieve, and what do you want to become? What kind of impact do you want to have and make? So really, I'm going to share the slides with you guys right after this call. So answer these questions as truthfully, as detailedly as you can for yourselves. And you're welcome to share your answers as much as you want inside the WhatsApp group, so we can all learn from each other, learn about each other, and get inspired together. So, all right, so please do these questions, because they will really help you get more clarity, because ultimately we're not here just to launch a podcast. We are here to really find our purpose, our zone of genius. And that's going to allow us to build an impactful, transformational, and profitable business built around your podcast. This is what we're doing. Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Next, Here's some common reasons that I've encountered in the last 5 years for people not launching their podcast. So remember when I said at the beginning, when I asked people, do you have your own podcast? And they would say no. And I asked them why. The three most common reasons were, I don't know where to start or how to start. I'm not a techie. I don't know how to get the right people on my podcast and how to grow it. Guess what? These are still true. And here's some more common reasons not to start a podcast. Who am I? This is a big one. Who am I? Who's going to listen to me? I'm a nobody. My story doesn't matter. My voice doesn't matter. I'm not an expert. I'm not a celebrity. Who's going to listen to me? How many of you can relate with any of these? Whether from this screen, maybe I should have done step by step. How many of you can relate with these, any of these? I don't know where to start. I'm not a techie. Or I don't know how to get the right people, how to grow it. How many of you, just raise your hand, or even better, write one, two, three on the chat to say which one speaks to you. And I'm gonna take a look at the chat. Okay. Thank you, Ree. It was a pleasure. See you tomorrow, my friend. Good night. So please write 1, 2, or 3 on the chat to say which one. 1, 2, and 3, Angel. Okay. Ryan, 2. Okay.
Can't get to my chat right now, but I would have to say all of the above.
All right, no worries. Okay. All right. Now, how about these ones? Which one really resonates with you? And let's be truthfully honest. For me, it was all of the above. Because remember, I had zero self-esteem, no self-confidence because of what I was going through. Let's see. Ryan, who am I? Yes, absolutely, 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 absolutely. All right, cool, awesome. Now, the good news is, guys, that it's not about you or me, but about sharing your gifts. What do you mean by gifts? We all go through a fair share of pain, trauma, abuse, tragedy, divorce, disease, betrayal, heartbreak, struggle, and so on and so forth. Yes, it's very painful when you go to that. But guess what? That becomes your story. Then your story becomes your gifts. And ultimately, your gifts, our gifts, become our duty and responsibility to share them. Yes, life is a school. Nothing happens to you, but for you. Welcome here to grow, become better, wise, and all that. That's nice, but that's only 5% of what we're here for. The 95% is taking those gifts, first of all, embracing them loud and proud, and then sharing them even loud and prouder around us and around the world. Because guess what? Your story matters. Your voice matters. You matter, no matter what you may be thinking about it yourself, no matter who you may be. Because if your story, your gifts can inspire just one person, then that's success. You achieved your mission, as far as I'm concerned, and no less. Because again, I saw a quote that said the most valuable asset you will ever own in your life outside of your health and family is going to be your voice, your story. Does it make sense, guys? So again, share your gifts. Your gifts are not meant to be kept inside and taken to the grave. Absolutely not. That would be a disservice to humanity. Share your gifts. First of all, embrace them loud and proud, and then share them through your business, through your podcast, through your YouTube channel, through your offer, whatever means that is going to be natural for you to share your gifts with your world. And the good news is that the Profitable Podcast and YouTube channel can be launched in 3 easy steps. And I'm going to cover that with you guys in the next few days. First is going to be the foundation, which is what we're going to be doing today, tomorrow, and on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we're going to be taking care of the tech side. And on Friday, the launch, how to put all that together so we can get leads on demand and get your first client, paying client, in as little as 30 days from launch, even if you're starting without any audience. That's what the premise of this is. So here's your first action step, your first assignment, homework, so to speak, for today and for tomorrow. What is your main purpose, your objective for launching your profitable podcast? What do you want to achieve to your podcast? Write it down, take a piece of paper, even better. Get a notepad for this week and write as much as you can. Because again, the more clarity you have, the more magnetic your message will be, the more compelling your offer will be. And as a result, the more transformation is going to be and the more profitable your business, your offer is going to be. So write as much as you can and then share one sentence, your answer inside the WhatsApp group. And again, this is for you guys and for us to get to know from each other, about each other, and to get inspired. So we're doing this as a container, as a group together. We're not alone. We're all working together because 2, 10, 20, whatever sets of eyes is better than just our own because we are biased. Sometimes we cannot even see beyond the tip of our little nose. So that's why we need unbiased eye. So please share your answers inside the WhatsApp group. And again, if you haven't sent me your WhatsApp, please do so. I already created a WhatsApp group yesterday. And those of you that I just met today, like Virginia, Carrie, and so on and so forth, as well as you, Hector. I don't have your WhatsApp. Please send it to me and I will add you guys to the WhatsApp group because that's where the magic happens. So please do these assignments because again, these are for you. So write down the answer to this in your notepad for yourself, as well as take the time to really, where's the question there? I wanted to really answer these 5 questions for yourself. You're doing this for yourself, not for me, not for anyone else. So, and feel free to share however much you want to share inside the WhatsApp group. So that's it for today. Here's a sneak peek about tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to take the findings from today and we're going to be brainstorming about your profitable podcast. And I'm going to start first with talking about why YouTube and playing the YouTube game the profitable and winning way. And then we're going to be looking at identifying what is your zone of genius. And that's going to tell us who's going to be your ideal listeners, prospects, and clients. And then what is your podcast, profitable podcast, going to be about? As you will see, there's no guesswork required. Everything's going to be very logical, based, and built around your zone of genius. So any questions about what I covered today? As my good friend, what's his name again? Phil, the pastor in Vancouver, Canada, I would say, speak now, host your peace forever. So questions, bring them on, guys. Unmute yourself, please, Hector. Oh, sorry.
I guess my first question is going to be, how does a podcast differentiate from a webinar, from a YouTube channel, from social media?
Well, great question. A podcast and YouTube channel are pretty much the same. When I say podcast, I mean both YouTube and podcast. And they are basically evergreen. If you go live on say on Facebook, on Instagram, or wherever, or TikTok, after 24 hours, they're gonna be lost in the sea. Good luck finding it. But on YouTube, they're gonna be evergreen forever. I still have people message me from an episode I did 3-4 years ago.
Right.
So that's why a podcast is so much more powerful than. It doesn't mean you should not do those. Yes, they're powerful, but nothing comes close to a podcast because again, we are here to build a profitable podcast where you're going to be promoting your business, which is going to be around a high ticket offer over $1,000. And for that, it's going to take, a deep, meaningful conversation built around trust. Nobody's going to spend $10,000 or even $1,000 over 10-second reel. See what I mean?
Yep.
But after conversation, after listening to someone for a few days, few weeks, 30, 40, 60 minutes each, it's going to become an obvious choice. There's no selling involved. There's no pitching. That person is going to become your self-evident that, hey, he or she is going to be my person. This is what a podcast does. Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Very welcome. Bring them on. More questions. I love the Q&As. Probably my favorite part of everything because I love helping you.
What if you have trouble figuring out a topic for your podcast?
Great question. And this is what we're going to be covering tomorrow. The good news, Carrie, you don't have to look for a topic. The topic is going to become self-evident. It's going to be based and built around your zone of genius.
Okay.
What I've done is basically interviews. I love interviewing because for two reasons. One, because I'm a curious person by heart. I love getting to know people, but also doing interviews, especially interviewing your prospect, because we're building a podcast for business. We're going to be interviewing strategic people, not just random people. So when you interview your prospect, interviewing your prospect is the fastest way to build trust and ultimately turn strangers into clients. So we're going to be doing this in a very methodical way. Identify your zone of genius. That's going to tell you what is the one pain point you can solve and for who, and where is that person, and we simply invite and interview that person. So you don't even need to look for topics. It's going to be self-evident. Once you know what's your zone of genius, that's going to tell you what's a pain point you can solve for who, and the next piece of the puzzle is where is that person. We're simply going to be inviting them. That's a very simplified 10,000 feet overview of that, and I'm going to expand all of that for the rest of the week. Make sense, Sakari?
Yes.
Awesome. Bring him on. Virginia, any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Ryan.
This Lonnie. So I didn't really have a question. It was more of, I think for me, I used to get stuck so much in the equipment. And because phones, it take up a lot of space. So I used to really get stuck into, oh my God, I need a studio, which is going to require more money. Oh, I don't have this kind of lighting. It's like, okay. And I see you use Zoom, and I've used Zoom. And sometimes I feel like I keep trying to reinvent a wheel, and it's like, just use what you have.
Yep. Exactly. Keep it simple. Listen, I'm a nomad. I'm a mobile guy. I love traveling. My laptop, my microphone, they can fit inside my backpack. Keep it simple, stupid. The KISS principle, or keep it simple, sophisticated, or sexy, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to cover the tech side, all of the tech issues on Thursday. Well, for us, Lonnie and Asia is going to be on Friday morning. So I get you covered. So yeah, keep it simple, sexy. Seriously. Let me see what else. I really want everyone to ask a question because I really want to help you guys. Angel.
Well, I really don't have a question right now, other than it was similar to Kerry's question. I was just trying to figure out, if you've got such a huge, diverse range of experience and things that have happened throughout life, like which would you choose? But yeah, that's just going to take a lot of,
Yeah.
some digging anyway.
Well,
So I'd need to, like what you covered today, I think helped a lot. It's just like what comes natural. Also, for me, it would be like what excites me to share with others in a way that's helpful, because that's ultimately what I'm looking for, is to wake up every day feeling excited for what I'm doing, and not drained, and
yeah.
yeah, so I'm just kind of have to look at my experiences and
Yeah.
see what ties in with that. So I don't really
That's
have a question. It's very similar to Carrie's, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. That's a beautiful question. Actually, it's one of the most common questions I get. What if I have more than one zone of interest? Guess what? We all do. And this is what identifying your zone of genius is going to answer that question in a very strategic, logical way, where there's going to be no guesswork involved. So we're going to do that tomorrow and the rest of the week. And yeah, I get you covered, Angel. Ryan,
Thank you.
very welcome.
Yeah, nothing outside of what we dealt with at on Sunday at Dinosaur. My
Okay.
questions were covered that particular day because this today's class was very similar to your presentation on Sunday.
Yes, but I went deeper as well. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, let me see. Regis, any questions?
Not at all. I think I'm on the same idea as Ryan. Like I think the day two is probably the one
Yes. Today was a foundation, and everything's going to be building upon the previous day.
It's perfect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Irene.
No questions so far.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. Manisha.
Not really. I guess one thing that I've been sort of pondering is in a podcast market that's becoming so saturated and every other person has a podcast, the conventional wisdom is to go kind of niche and go into quite a specialist area to mark yourself out. And it's kind of a question of, well, how niche to go, because if you go incredibly narrow, you kind of limit your options in terms of who you can approach. But I mean, it's very early on for me to even be considering such things because I haven't even really settled on what my topic would be in the first place.
I love that question. I love that question. Yes, podcasting is booming. Some people can say it's saturated, but there's only one Manisha, one Hector, one Loni, one Angel, one Virginia, one Lorenzo. Meaning, you bring your experiences, your gifts, your story, your personal sauce, your sense of humor, your personality, and that's what's gonna, as I said earlier, and I will keep saying that over and over and over again, your message is not meant for the world. Your message is meant for your world, meaning Manisha, your message, your gifts are meant for your world. And as I will explain to you guys tomorrow and the rest of the week, your goal is to find your Manishas. Hector, your goal is to find your Hectors. Loni is to find your Lonis. Virginia, your Virginias. Carrie, your Carries. Ree, your Rees. Irene, your Irenes. Angel, your Angels. Me, my Payment, Lorenzo, and so on and so forth. And that's what we're going to be looking at. So again, this is going to be all around your zone of genius because your message for the right person, for your person, is going to be a godsend. And there's always, always, always room for true authenticity. People are starving or craving for true authentic connections, for authenticity, especially in today's superficial world with swiping nonstop and 5-10 second reels. People are starving for deep, meaningful connections. So, and podcasting is what's going to allow you to bring your beautiful, impactful, transformational, and wildly profitable gifts for your world. Did I miss anyone? Any questions, comments, compliments, especially on my shiny, sexy hair?
Definitely looking forward to tomorrow.
Awesome,
very excited.
awesome. If you guys have no more
rest of the
questions,
week.
let's call it tonight. Let's call it a day. Thank
Yes.
you for your
Thank you so
time.
much, Lorenzo.
Very welcome. Thank you for starting your day or ending your night with us, with me. And please send me your WhatsApp, and I'll be posting the replay as well as the slides and the link for tomorrow inside the WhatsApp group. And please share your answers to the daily questions, daily action steps inside the WhatsApp group. So with this, I salute you. You're true leaders with a heart. Keep shining your light. Keep blessing the world. Stay warm for those of you in cold Florida. That's an oxymoron. I would never say that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you so much, Lorenzo.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Okay, have a good day, everyone.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.